Today, we have 2 championship matches. One of them will be a ladder match. And we have a hair versus hair match. We got a lot of great matches for you guys tonight. So why don't we say we go ahead and get started with the first match of the evening. The following matchup is scheduled for...
The illustrious Casey Douglas now entering the ring. He wasn't on the schedule, was he?
No, he was, last I heard, he was injured.
Those of you who don't know, my name is the illustrious Casey Douglas. I'm not going to lie to y'all, I'm a little pissed off today.
Let us know what's up, Casey.
You see, I don't know how many of you guys were at the last show, but over our illustrious victory over the Enterprise, I unfortunately suffered a minor neck injury. Now, talking to Level Up Management, I was told that if I could get cleared to compete today, that I would. I did everything possible. I did every kind of therapy I could and was still told that I'm medically to compete. And the problem with that is I don't know if Level Up Management truly knows who the illustrious is. The illustrious doesn't care if my neck is falling off of my body. I am here to compete in front of each and every one of you. And this is not me trying to be bitter. This is being sour. Because I am proud of my brothers and I'm proud of the accomplishments they have. But why does J2 Mattioli have a title match, Michael Hopkins has a title match, and Casey Douglas is stuck on the bench? And to be honest, I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm here to claim what, and I'm here to call my shots. Tonight, I don't care if it's my brother, J2, or that chump, August. The winner of the ladder match tonight, at the next, goes through the illustrious.
Bold claim from the illustrious one, Casey Douglas here, calling his shot for the Level Up title.
Well, we'll have to see what Level Up Management has to say about that, but I could tell you, Casey Douglas going after the Level Up Championship is something I do want to see.
Go ahead.
Test. There we go. This will work. The following matchup is scheduled for one fall. Your referee, Adrian Medina. Introducing first.
All right, finally getting to our first match.
I'm on a rampage, mask on my damn face.
Introducing first from Tijuana, Mexico. This is Introducing his opponent. Weighing in 185 pounds, from Sonoma, California, this is Mike Camden.
Our opening contest tonight, fans, here at Drop It Like It's Hot, Bamboo and Mike Camden. An auspicious debut for Bamboo, an auspicious return for Mike Camden. I can't wait to see this match.
You know, we saw Mike Camden. He has moves on the outside, but Bamboo's about to find out Mike Camden certainly has it inside the ring as well.
That is for sure, fans. Here in Bamboo's young career so far, this is arguably his greatest challenge yet. He debuted under auspicious circumstances against Xander Phillips. He's taken on CJ Tino. He's worked in tag matches before, but now, I mean, talk about a deep bag. You never know what Mike Camden's going to pull out or how he's going to pull it out. And now we got Lucha Camden in the house.
At one point in his career, Mike Camden was called the world's greatest Rudo. And we see now that Lucha Libre influence in Mike Camden, something that I don't know Bamboo was prepared for.
Yeah, right now, nice takedown by Camden. That's a nice little hold on Bamboo. Crowd getting behind Camden.
That's for sure, and Bamboo's got to keep a level head here. Again, the experience that Mike Camden brings to this contest is unparalleled, but the athleticism, the innovation that Bamboo has displayed, it's so early in his career again, I mean, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, right now we have a nice headlock applied to Bamboo. Here comes a push off.
Oh, Mike Camden again, right back on top of things with that headlock. And that is more than just wearing down Bamboo, not just physically, but mentally as well. Bamboo has been trying to get out of this, but at every step of the way, Mike Camden is right there to put the brakes.
On top of that, and again, like we said, Bamboo might have the athleticism, he might have a great sense of raw talent, raw skill, but Mike Camden, I mean, he's got the cheat sheet, he's got the answers to all your questions, and he's got questions for your questions too. I mean, look at him just like trying to size up Bamboo here.
Yeah, great ring generalship by Mike Camden. Really showing Bamboo who's the vet here. Oh, nice arm drag. Takedown by Bamboo. Camden a little frustrated.
But look at Camden, the pro here, the vet, putting the brakes on just as Bamboo was about to really fire up here. We saw after that arm drag, he was up ready for more, but Camden, get into that corner, get into the ropes.
Yeah, looks like the crowd's getting into it right now. Who would you say has a leg up in this match so far, Roman?
I have to give it to Mike Camden, honestly. He's been able to control the pace for a majority of this contest so far. You hear the fans cheering for Bamboo. They like what they see in this youngster. But Mike Camden has been known to snatch victory just like that.
Well, let's see what the crowd's reaction to Camden looks like. They like what they see. What do you think, Barry?
I mean, that is for sure. Both these guys we're happy to have here in a Level Up Pro Wrestling ring. You're not going to find talent much like this just about anywhere else, not just in SoCal, but all of California. And I mean, Again, this match might be starting slow, sizing each other up, but these two know how to not just pump the brakes, but hit the gas pedal as well.
You know, one of the main reasons why this match may be starting slow, this is a feeling out process. Bamboo is still young enough in his career that he needs to go into everything. Near fall there by Mike Camden. He needs to go into every match ready for his opponent. And against Mike Camden, you're never truly ready.
Well, I say so. And wow, what a chop right there by Camden in the corner. Bamboo takes a knee, works the other corner here. Oh, and another one.
We are serving up chops hot and ready here at Drop It Like It's Hot, La Mesa, California tonight.
With that La Mesa's heat coming
Oh,
down.
one more.
Those chops sting just a little bit extra.
That's for sure. Did Mike Camden say he was sorry?
Oh, what a good snapmare takedown there by Camden. Looks like Bamboo works out of it.
But Bamboo, again, that speed. Oh, and that overhand, too.
Oh, what a return shot. One more. We got a reversal.
Oh, my goodness.
Barry, I felt that one.
Just chopping down Bamboo like he was nothing.
That is for sure. Chopping through him, right through the chest, off the ropes. Ooh. What a spine buster!
Classic Camden. And Bamboo kicks out at 2.
I'd grade that spine buster at a double A.
That is for sure. And again, Mike Camden dictating the pace of this match here. This has been the story so far. Size up the neck breaker, but no. Oh, fights out with that forearm there. But dropped hold.
And you see him again to the head. This time.
Suplex. Cover by Camden.
But like I was saying, again, dictating the pace of the match. Mike Camden is playing this his own way. And since his return, whether it's a win or a loss, Mike Camden has been deciding how he is going to wrestle each of his opponents in their own unique way. There is no way you can really prepare for Mike Camden, like Roman said.
No, not at all. You spoke earlier about, Bamboo's athleticism, his speed. You see right there a perfect Hurricane Rana.
Beautiful
But
one.
all that pales in comparison to the experience that Mike Camden has. He has been in the ring with competitors similar to Bamboo.
Oh, another one.
So he has at least some idea of what to expect. Bamboo has never been in the ring with someone like Mike Camden.
That's for sure, but Mike Camden with Bamboo in charge here might not be prepared for Bamboo. I mean, Bamboo, as soon as he gets up to that high rent district, as we can see here, dropping over here, wait for Mike Camden.
I think Bamboo had that one scouted. Usually on that up and over, Camden likes to give a nice clothesline right over. And we got another whip it to the corner. Ooh. What do you think Camden's ready to do here? Oh, big forearm.
Oh! Gamanagiri!
Right in the teeth.
And look at this, Camden begins sizing up that superplex that we saw earlier.
Another chop to the chest. Oh, here we go. Gentlemen, we about to see it?
High risk, high reward here very early on tonight here at Drop It Like
Oh
It's
my,
Hot.
here we go!
Oh! Center of the ring, Mike Camden. That is
What a match!
Camden!
Shades of the great ace Bob Orton Jr. That superplex getting the big win for Mike Camden to kick off Drop It Like It's Hot.
Yep, and like you boys were saying, the veteranship, the experience of Camden was just too much for Bamboo today.
But again, the show of respect here. Mike Camden going toe-to-toe with Bamboo. He's unafraid of the future of Level Up, and I can't wait to see what's in the future for both these men.
Adrian Medina. Introducing first.
Jude chilling, and the Wanderer, Artorias!
The unlikely duo of SDC and Artorias on their way to the ring here. And what's it? SDC throwing out coupons? Those rallies coupons?
Yeah, that's a pretty nice thing of him to do, you know? Really endearing him to the fans here at Level Up.
This is the unorthodox partnership that we've seen with Artorias and SDC. Kind of a mentor-student type of mentorship here, partnership. And there they are, coming out with their sweet southern heat. Jackson Calhoun and the Level Up champ, Camden.
Private jet by way of the Cayman Islands.
It's the Enterprise.
42 pounds.
Come on, I know you can do it. Oh, it's okay.
And the Level Up champion, Canedo, the team of the Jackal Champion.
Take it easy, take it
And the
easy.
Kingmaker, Robin Shaw. They are
We saw SDC with some coupons endearing himself to the fans, but these are the kind of guys who try to buy their own fans. The Enterprise stooping no lower, trying to take on SDC and Artorias.
This looks like the trailer park right here.
Credit where credit is due.
That's too
They're all lined with gold, their pockets and their belts.
I've heard that the North American Championship that the Kingmaker Robin Shaw has is currently disputed by Millennium Pro.
Under litigation.
Under litigation. Regardless, he does hold gold, as does Cameron August. And they're looking to continue that streak later tonight in our main event, the ladder match for that Level Up Championship.
Unfortunately, the music guy messed up the cue.
Music guy, you messed up again. Sorry. Now please, Jack Calhoun, get up. Is this thing work? Okay, thank God. My name is Jackson Calhoun. To my right, the Jackal, Jeff Roth. To my left, the MPW North American Champion, the Kingmaker, Sweet
Again,
Robin
in
Shaw,
litigation.
and coming down Main Street, USA. The Level Up Heavyweight Champion, Cameron August.
At least until the main event tonight here at Drop It Like It's Hot. Who's to say what's going to happen in that ladder match?
Privilege for you to be here in such greatness. The greatest tag team in this city, in this country, and in this decade. It doesn't matter where you are. You all know. At the end of the day, when that closing bell rings,
You ain't done shit in the last
you know the rest.
Oh, the Enterprise certainly not endearing themselves to the fans here of Level Up. Then again, I don't think they quite mind what these fans have to say.
I mean, on top of the Enterprise not endearing themselves to the fans, I mean, I think they were looking for a clean sweep last month here out in La Mesa, California, the last Level Up show. But again, SDC and Artorias have denied them that, and they are looking for their vengeance coming in this match now.
You also have to be wary. Jackson Calhoun, Cameron August on the outside.
Now it looks like Sweet Robin Shaw and Artorias is going to start off the match here. A nice lockup.
Both of these men no strangers to one another. Artorias, when he first wandered into Level Up, has challenged Robin Shaw and the Enterprise before, and was certainly a well enough match for him in a singles competition.
Certainly no love lost here. You see Robin Shaw possibly trying to get into Artorias' head here. Forcing the clean break, forcing Artorias to wait.
And again, this is not something that they want to wait for. While SDC might seem chill, he is not patient. They are willing to get this kind of strength, this kind of even contest for themselves, which might be impossible with the Enterprise lurking in their corners.
Yeah, when you say strength, did you just see Artorias just take Robin right in the corner? Oh, what a shot! Shot taking a nice chop there. In comes SDC.
And we've seen this before. While these two might be certainly different competitors than one another, both these men know teamwork. They know each other very well at this point.
In comes the Jackal. Right into an arm drag.
And Jackal Jeff Roth with a head full of steam, but still, SDC is prime on the waiting game. He is prime on being able to mitigate this kind of hot-headedness. And look at the teamwork here from SDC and Artorias.
Yeah, as the more they tag, the more cohesiveness you've seen with the team. Oh!
Pushed him right into that springboard clothesline. Oh!
Knee drop following, quick cover.
Only got two.
And you see that cold stare of Artorias. Right.
Nice suplex.
Right into Robin Shaw's eyes. Artorias came here with a purpose.
And the last person who's intimidated, by the Enterprise is Artorias. He doesn't deal in things like money, stocks, cash, whatever you want to call it. He deals in vengeance, he deals in blood, and he deals in justice with SDC.
Absolutely. Look at these tag team moves. Two. Oh! Kick out by Roth.
You know, some may question this partnership between SDC and Artorias. Some may look at the different personalities. But what you cannot deny is that these two are very cohesive inside the ring. And you see SDC connecting with those left strikes before the right. He's perfectly capable inside the ring as a singles competitor as well.
That's for sure. And SDC clearly unfazed by Robin Shaw. But oh no, look at this.
Taking him down. Oh! Shaw just sits down on him. Goes for the cover. Oh!
Talk about a stock market crash. Nearly 3, says referee Adrian Medina.
Shaw's not amused by the crowd.
I don't think Shaw's amused by much of anything these days.
Oh, into the buckle.
Now SDC is in dangerous territory here. He's got to use that evasion to the best of his ability.
SDC. Oh, goes over. He's on the apron. Oh, what a shot.
What a hard right!
Bills to the outside of the ring. Down goes Artorias as well.
And like vultures, Jackson Calhoun and the Level Up champion Cam August are waiting.
Feeding. Ref not seeing any of this. Shaw has him.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Adrian Medina is clearly outmatched here in the ring, but he's got to have eyes in the back of his head to keep this contest fair.
You see Artorias coming to the aid of SDC. Unfortunately, a little bit too late. Jackson Calhoun, Cameron August doing damage, and now SDC all alone in the ring with
Shaw.
Robin Shaw.
Oh, with a suplex. Yeah, it looks like the Enterprise, they'll take their moments where they can get them.
That's for sure. If they can't take him, they'll make him. But look at it, Jeff Roth back in the ring here, isolating SDC in enemy territory.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more technical wrestling here from Roth. He sure knows how to hold his own, but right now SDC trying to make a nice little comeback here. Oh! Misses the tag.
Again, Jeff Roth, perhaps sizing up a suplex, sizing up an abdominal stretch, but hammering SDC in the back.
Oh!
Smart move by Jeff Roth, putting himself in between SDC and Artorias, making it that much harder for SDC to make that tag.
And we're We're talking about confidence with SDC and Artorias, but inversely, the Jackal Jeff Roth has staked his claim in a singles competitor as well. But he's calling out rallies, and he's
no! Shaw pulled down Artorias. SDC misses the tag. And Roth is looking to take advantage. Pulls SDC back in the middle. Is he going to go for that armbar?
Trying to hook in that arm, but that's a lot of length for SDC. He can use it to his advantage here.
Looks like a pin.
Only one there.
Catches the arm.
Look at this. What's he going for? Reverse DDT-like maneuver.
Oh!
Polar Express connects!
Well,
What?
it's only two. Ref is saying you kicked out. Where is SDC finding this energy, boys?
I mean, again, SDC, take nothing away from him, has a plenty deep bag. Artorias still in his corner, reeling to go. Jeff Roth clearly out of it, but tagging in Robin Shaw.
Artorias is in. Oh, big boot. Forearm. Another boot. Another forearm.
Boots and forearms at a premium here in La Mesa, California. Drop it like it's hot tonight, folks.
Artorias now. Jeff Roth is up. No, Jeff Roth is fighting it. He's struggling.
Oh!
But Artorias muscles him up.
He had to do it with another dude.
Oh!
Double stomp up the second row connects.
Oh! Roth with a save.
That double stop piercing the heart of Robin Shaw. But Jeff Roth right there to break it up. You see the
Got a tag.
made.
SDC's in.
Robin Shaw off the ropes.
Oh!
But catches the back elbow.
Oh! They had that red.
Off the ropes once more.
Oh! Double big boot. Cover on Shaw.
And once again, Jackal Jeff Roth breaking up the pin.
Jeff Roth paying dividends for the Enterprise here tonight. You see now a beautiful exchange between Artorias and Jeff Roth.
Oh! Well, that exchange ends at the cost of an enziguri right to the side of the head.
What a kick.
Oh, on Jackson Calhoun. Providing the distraction, and now. Oh!
Oh!
Pile driver from Robin Shaw.
And that's all she
Kingmaker.
wrote.
The sweet embrace from the Kingmaker, pardon me, Robin Shaw, and the Enterprise walk away, but not without some help from Jackson Calhoun on the outside.
I mean, talk about a bailout when you see it. But SDC and Artorias take absolutely nothing away from them. I mean, that reverse DDT maneuver, I mean, everything. SDC is doing nothing but improving this ring. And with Artorias' guidance, hopefully they can get the better foot in the next contest.
Well, what can we say? The Enterprise
is a hair versus hair match.
Oh,
That's right, baby!
Loser of this match.
I know Barry's excited for this match, and I know I am. This was one of my highlight matches.
Your referee for the match, Chad Rica. Introducing first.
Connect the sun, we're living in the days for weeks and months and years. I'm
From Lake Havasu, Arizona, he is the ace of shade, Daryl Troy Fable. This is TF.
That is DTF, Darren Troy Fable. Not a big fan favorite here in Level Up in La Mesa. possibly at the commentation station as well.
I can't imagine why, Roman. I sincerely cannot imagine why.
Well, we understand your reasoning, Barry. I have offered my sympathies time and time again.
Although, Barry, I must say, bald is beautiful.
Don't patronize me, Joey.
Today I finish it. After today, nobody, not the loudmouth clowns over here, not the floats over here, none of you will ever question me ever again. Bring out the trash.
Introducing his opponent.
Thorn in the side of Sexy Fabricio. It would be an understatement to describe DTF. And Fabricio, after all this time, is looking to settle the score once and for all in a hair versus hair match.
Weighing in at 210 pounds, he is the sexy one, Fabricio!
You hear the adoration of the crowd. They love Sexy Fabricio here in La Mesa, California. But will that support push him to victory? Or could this be the last time we see those luscious locks of his?
I mean, let's hope not either way. The stakes of this match could not be clear. The loser has to get their hair cut. And DTF, I don't even want to say credit, but he's been in the head of Sexy Fab for months now. He's been in the head of Sexy Fab ever since he has taken a victory over him, and by a DQ or however.
These two have met before in singles competition last month. On paper, it says a victory for DTF.
What do you gentlemen think is going to look better bald?
You know, I'd really perish the thought of Sexy Fab losing his luscious locks. And I think DTF's in for a change. I think, I think, I'm not going to say he looked good in any capacity, but, I'd like to see him bald. I'd very much like that. Saying that just had,
I wonder why.
Absolutely, right down the middle, no bias whatsoever. I think just it'd be a nice change of pace for him.
Well, to give another plug to our own podcast, Listen Up. We have had DTF on the episode before. It was a very tense situation between DTF and you, Barry Sweeney.
I blacked out for most of it, so I truly don't remember. But if you listen on Spotify or wherever podcasts are sold, you'll be able to find that. Just like Sexy Fab found that beautiful arm drag.
Well, after having listened to it, after having seen the deplorable acts of DTF, not just over the past month, but ever since he started this crusade against Sexy Fabricio, I have to believe tonight, Sexy Fabricio has to win. He has to be the one to shave DTF.
And DTF should turn around because his opponent's right there. What a forearm!
And Sexy Fab out for justice, out for blood, and out for those Clippers. Sizing up DTF with a big knee in the corner.
Followed up by a big bulldog.
That Russian leg sweep.
And you know what comes next? Oh, no, DTF trying to get out of the way.
Good ring smarts by him.
I mean, that is what dictated the pace of the last match, but clearly Fab is looking to size DTF up in his own capacity. I mean, last time out, last month, DTF was hardly in the ring whatsoever.
Took a page out of the Larry Zbyszko playbook. Did Derek Troy Fable.
Oh, that misses. Action spills to the outside. Oh, we got some action here.
I know you're loath to give him credit, Barry, but you have to admit DTF has done an excellent job of getting in the head of Sexy Fabricio. And if he can continue that tonight, he will have gained. He'll shave Sexy Fat Ball in the middle of the ring.
You know, I couldn't agree more, Roman. I am loath to give DTF praise.
And oh my goodness, what embarrassment that would be for Fab.
Not just an embarrassment, but I mean, perish the thought of proving DTF right in any capacity. I mean, with or without. Oh! Remy Morgan in his corner, who's still out on injury, as far as I'm aware. DTF has proven to be dangerous, and I mean, if he's a stall, Sexy Fab's momentum now. I mean, not just in this match with another victory, but to shave his head. I mean, it's one thing to talk about power rankings, but humility, you know?
Chop in the corner.
DTF would certainly find himself in a favorable position to challenge for the Ground Zero or the Level Up Championship.
Jeez.
Likewise, should Sexy Fabricio get the victory here tonight, a strong case could be made for him challenging for a title.
Back and forth action right now with chops in between both men.
Chopping back and forth like those shears are going to be across DTF's head. I mean, you know, someone's head.
Always fair and balanced here at Commentation Station.
Just having a chop party.
Catches the boot. Oh, could we see the I'm prettier? No.
You can know. Throw Heisman in the corner. DTF charging,
Darren,
but no one home.
Darren with a miss. Oh!
Runs right into that back elbow, and Fab is rocked. He's out on his feet, perhaps.
Bring it down.
Oh, Fab catches him! Darren on his shoulders.
Ushiguro, she connects!
The cover! Oh, DTF kicks out at 2.
Only a 2 count. But gentlemen, you see the momentum constantly shifting back and forth, neither holding onto it for too long. And that speaks volumes to how well these two know each other inside of the ring.
That's for sure. And also outside of the ring with Sexy Fab hobbling his way toward DTF here. Whoa! Oh!
Spine bust on the outside!
Right on that concrete. I mean, that padding gives nothing away. Goodness gracious, both men could be out now.
And you hear the anguished cries of Sexy Fabricio. This could spell bad news for him.
Both men down outside the ring here.
Crowd trying to get behind Fab.
That's for sure. The Level Up faithful, not just Fabricio's family, but we're all his family here in La Mesa, California tonight.
Halfway through the count now, you see them starting to stir, struggling to get to their feet.
Now, if there's a count out here, they can't both shave their heads. I mean,
who's to say they couldn't? The loser is shaved, Barry. If both men are counted out, neither win, both lose. You see Sexy Fab trying to crawl his way into, I was gonna say a pin.
They both make it to their feet.
I mean, at this point, both these guys know each other so well. Blocking no strikes. Oh, and what a hell of a lariat!
Whoa! Clothesline. Reversal. That one scouted.
Big facebuster off the knee.
Down goes DTF.
Oh! Huge meteor knees.
DTF looks, I was gonna say out on his feet.
Oh! Driving his spine right out the side of his head. The full Nelson bomb connects.
Oh!
Oh! Can't say that disrespect's not earned. 5 across the face, but only a 1.
DTF DTF kicks out. Fab gonna go for it again.
DTF, much like he did last month, gentlemen, rolling to the outside.
Well, you can't get pinned on the outside.
No, you cannot. But this is a... Oh!
What a pescado from Sexy Fab!
I was gonna say the same strategy he used last month, but Sexy Fab catching him this time. Both men down once again. And you gotta think whoever can get to their feet first will hold the advantage, possibly walk away with a victory here.
And walk away with a head full of hair. DTF with nowhere to go, and he says it up that 6-9. Oh!
Dropping the full weight across the ribs. Now can it be? Oh, sex on the beach!
Oh, just gets 2.
Nearly 3, nearly a victory, nearly putting the ghost of DTF behind him.
And nearly appalled DTF.
You see the straps coming down now. Sexy Fab, he's feeling it. He knows this is his
reaching
moment.
deep.
Going for that screwdriver again, but no.
Oh! DTF connects.
And a taste of his own cover. The screwdriver there.
2. Oh, Fab kicks out.
Insult upon injury if DTF were to beat Sexy Fab with his own move.
The level of disrespect. And you see now DTF, he's
looking at the ring. What's he looking for? Oh, he has a chair.
And he's got to be careful here. If he gets disqualified, he loses the match.
Is this the statement he wants to make?
I don't want him to lose this way, frankly. I'd rather DTF get pinned 1, 2, 3, submitted, anything rather than a deep disqualification.
Oh, Sexy Fab. Oh, headbutts. Forearm strikes as well. You see both men struggling to stay standing. A stun gun from DTF.
Right across the throat.
Oh, DTF climbing the top. What's he planning on?
We don't often see DTF up here.
Oh! Rope leg drop! Goes for the cover!
Could this be it?
Oh, and a kick out!
We don't often see a shady boy in the high rent district, not for long. And that was full connect on that diving leg drop. Shades of Bull Nakano.
DTF pulling out the bag of tricks.
What she said.
DTF grabbing that hair.
Up on the shoulders now. No.
Bad fighting out.
Draped across the ropes now. What's he got planned up on the top?
Just raking the eyes.
Oh no, I can't watch.
Oh!
And a kick out, my goodness.
Only a 2 count off that Tower of London. Shades of Nigel McGuinness himself.
I mean, we're seeing stuff out of DTF that we haven't seen, I don't know if ever.
I'm telling you, he has his bag of tricks out.
You know, he certainly doesn't have that.
He's pulling whatever he's got in there.
He's also pulling hair and raking eyes, but I mean, again, he really wants this match won, and he's going to a deeper place than we've seen before.
I have to admit, I hate to say this, but I'm impressed. And I'm impressed by that forearm.
Catches him
in mid-air.
They're both on the top of the apron on the outside.
Super dangerous territory here. We've seen this match spill out to the outside before, but this could be hazardous for everyone involved here.
Got some back and forth. Trading forearms.
And again, going to the eyes.
Oh no, Andrea on the apron.
Oh! That connects!
Prettier than you on the hardest part of the ring!
Can he get it to full 3?
What the hell? That's Remy Morgan!
Remy Morgan clearly back from injury.
Remy Morgan just saved DTF. You see now.
Oh, right here! To the concrete! But look at DTF in the rim of the chair!
Remy Morgan neutralized, but 65 needs to be where?
DTF for the chair! Oh, hits himself!
And the sleeper all applied! DTF's own center maneuver!
He's got the legs around the midsection.
Could this be it? Yeah, the belt! Fab pulled it off! DTF is gonna get shape-balled!
A huge
DTF's getting shape-balled!
A huge victory for Sexy Fab here tonight. This was the victory he needed to put DTF away for good. And now, gentlemen,
if you'll excuse me.
Sweetie handing the clippers to the ref, Chad Rico. We're gonna see DTF bald, ladies and gentlemen.
And I, for one, couldn't be happier.
DTF is still out. I don't think he knows he's lost.
You know, maybe that's for the best. You can't run away, you can't hide anymore. Remy Morgan can't bail him out.
I think DTF's still out. Finally, the moment Sexy Fab has been waiting for all week. He has the clippers out.
Make sure to cut it close.
Level up, this is it! Oh!
I wish he was awake! I wish he could know how this feels!
Darren Troy Fable being shaved bald in the center of the ring.
Oh my, oh my.
And Barry, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
You know, I agree with Joey Hustle. I think he actually does look good bald.
Hey, bald is beautiful.
But DTF is not.
Those are incredible clippers.
Hey, we spared no expense knowing this was going to come through.
He's looking like Friar Tuck right now. Should I say Friar DTF?
You know, maybe he should go into the mission, into the service, or something like that. Ideally away.
You see now, Darren.
Oh, he just realized.
And he's getting out of dodge. Oh, certainly a night DTF would love to forget.
And certainly one I'll remember for a long time.
I bet you would, Barry.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Yeah. All my life, been grinding all my life.
Cruz looks like a man possessed.
I mean, how can you not be after all these weeks of talk, all these weeks of speculation? The modern day Spartan is in the building in La Mesa, California, and is he looking to take on the teacher and become the master?
Gentlemen, I hate to correct you, but I would say Jordan Cruz is not a man possessed. He is a man focused. Tonight.
Oh, he's focused. He's ready.
Tonight.
He better bring all that energy.
Arguably the biggest match of his career against B-Boy.
Uh-oh. I know this entrance. Oh, we're getting B-Boy.
tries for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting the New Age Punisher.
You know, it was said before, Jordan Cruz was not going to get anything less than the absolute best version of B-Boy. And we are going to see that here tonight. You hear the anthem, you hear the crowd, they are ready for B-Boy.
Introducing first, he is one of the longest reigning heritage champions. He is the most handsome wrestler in the West Coast. He is the best trainer at Level Up Pro Wrestling School.
Hold on,
He has never ruptured his Achilles.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear!
He's soon to be winner of this match.
Sounded kind of personal there.
Kind of personal. A ruptured Achilles is as personal as it gets for B-Boy.
And introducing his opponent.
Sure, a lot of monikers there.
He is the 1999 SoCal Rookie of the Year. He is the 2002 SoCal Wrestler of the Year. He is the 2015 SoCal Wrestler of the Year. He is the 2017 SoCal Outstanding Wrestler of the Year. He has won over 40 championships in his 10-year career. He is a CZW Hall of Famer and soon to be in the Independent Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. This is the New Age Punisher. This is the OG. This is
Well deserved for B-Boy. A Hall of Famer in any metric you want to call it.
So many acclaimed awards, so many. That mic couldn't take it. It couldn't take B-Boy.
That's straight heat, brother.
You hear that? There you go. Bring it down.
And gentlemen, you see these two just staring at one another. They're not rushing into battle. They know that they are in for a fight.
I mean, B-Boy said it last month. Jordan Cruz isn't in for Uncle Benny. He isn't in for the head trainer. He's in for the New Age Punisher. He's in for B-Boy. And after so long recovering from a ruptured Achilles, recovering from a serious, almost career-ending injury, B-Boy's looking to prove a point against one of his most promising, yet one of his most upstart students.
Yep, and we've taken this personal with all the introductions there. Let's see how this match goes.
You see B-Boy just grounding Jordan Cruz right now. Not pressing the advantage, but just holding him there for a bit.
But look at Jordan Cruz here. When he sees his opportunities, he's going to take them. When an arm is exposed, a leg exposed, ligaments, anything.
Shoulder tackle into the ropes. Oh, down goes B-Boy.
Look at the torque. I mean, the modern day Spartan with plenty to prove here.
Making it look like light work.
Exactly, and as we have said, this man is the gatekeeper of the California wrestling scene. We saw him recently up in NorCal, up in San Francisco, facing Vinny Massaro. We've seen him up and down California in a national opportunities abound. And B-Boy perhaps has created a monster that he might not know how to put back in the bottle.
We got a test of strength here. B-Boy had it scouted, so did Jordan.
These two know each other very well, but look at this!
Shoulders. And no.
Was trying for that brain buster there.
No. Both men scouted well.
Jordan Cruz, he knew what was coming. He knew to get out of Dodge as soon as possible.
And Jordan Cruz has to maintain his composure here, especially in front of B-Boy, in front front of the New Age Punisher. Fans are starting to sense blood in the water, perhaps.
You spoke earlier, Barry. Jordan Cruz has been on a national scale here. He has fought against some of the very best, not just in California, but in the independent scene here. B-Boy has fought a who's who of talent. And if Jordan Cruz wants to reach that upper echelon,
down goes Cruz.
This is going to be his biggest challenge.
Talking about reaching upper echelons, he just reached down with his teeth to the mat. My goodness, hard right very early on.
What a chop! Cruz felt that one. I felt that one.
And you see him, he wants one more.
Revving it up, and here it goes, and Jordan Cruz can hardly stay on his feet.
Gentlemen, if you take a look at Jordan's chest, you can already see it slowly starting to turn red.
Oh, hard buckled. Jordan goes down.
You want to call me out? You realize what you ain't messing with, boy?
Criminy with a hard right, and B-Boy saying just about the best rebuttal you could give to Jordan Cruz. You're about to find out what you're messing with, but Jordan Cruz out the ropes. And a hard right of his own.
B-Boy on the apron. Oh! Spills outside.
Whoa! What a tope!
And gentlemen, he landed on his feet from that.
Over the top rope, my goodness.
Full rotation, full speed, full torque, and full gear for Jordan Cruz.
Jordan Cruz with the advantage right now. Oh! Returns the chop.
And now B-Boy's starting to feel it. But look at that rage in his eyes. Look at what's behind those eyes. And that is the CZW World Champion, a former CZW World Champion, a CZW Hall of Famer. I mean, a legend in that ring.
Barry, but look at Jordan. He, like I said, he is a man possessed tonight. And I don't know if the New Age Punisher can keep the modern Spartan down.
And again, Roman said it too, a man focused. I interviewed him as part of the Listen Up podcast, and Jordan Cruz didn't have a lot to say about B-Boy, not because he was shy, not because he was scared, but because I think he wanted to prove it all in the ring tonight.
He is certainly doing that right now. You see, leg drop right on the apron.
Back of the head.
And this ferociousness, this level of brutality we're seeing, that is why Jordan Cruz is one of the longest reigning heritage champions. That is why Jordan Cruz is able to call himself a gatekeeper for California wrestling. These aren't just monikers. These aren't just things that happen.
Oh
Jordan
my God.
Cruz has made this happen.
He is a man possessed.
And that fist in the face might have knocked the ghost out of B-Boy. Oh, leg DDT.
No, that is personal. Gentlemen, I believe that may be targeting the
Rico's
Achilles.
checking on B-Boy on the outside.
Jordan Cruz may be targeting that same Achilles that was ruptured early last year.
And again, with Jordan Cruz, the ends may very well justify the means here. A win over B-Boy would mean, again, another feather in his cap, another notch on his belt. And B-Boy here, again, with a lot to prove coming back from such an injury.
But you see,
B-Boy getting some shots in.
He still got those heavy hands. Those strikes that could take down anyone.
Drop kick
right upside the head, and I don't know if anybody's home.
Beautiful drop kick from Jordan Cruz.
And he doesn't go for the pin. It looks like
B-Boy
looks completely out.
Chad Rico may need to step in, see if B-Boy can continue here.
I mean, it's hard to say if he's even conscious, maybe out on his feet, or not even on his feet, but Jordan Cruz willing him, and what a headbutt!
Just out of desperation, B-Boy just hit the move. I think he's come to his senses.
I mean, come into his senses or maybe come out of them, but oh! And wiping that smirk off of Jordan Cruz's face with his boots of his own.
Just driving his feet, not against Jordan's head. I would argue almost through Jordan's head.
I mean, that was pure, like, buckshot, point blank. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
both men down.
Both men down. Chad Rico started the count.
And a double count out is not something that either man will want.
Oh, absolutely not. This match is personal.
They don't want countouts. They don't want disqualifications. They don't want anything less than a pinfall or a submission. They want to prove that they are the better.
Cruz up first.
Look at Cruz, though. His jaw hanging slack could be broken for all we know.
Did nothing. Another forearm. Nothing. B-Boy just takes it.
No, it's not doing nothing. Joey Hustle. It is awakening something in B-Boy.
Oh!
Starched him on his feet, and another. Michinoku driver!
2! Oh! Cruz with a kick out at 2.5.
I mean, a lot of stall and a lot of rip on that Michinoku driver. Still not enough to keep Jordan Cruz down.
B-Boy reaching. He's calling the fans.
Drawing strength from the crowd here now, B-Boy. He's calling for the end here.
Looking for that brain buster, no!
Cruz fights out, Cruz into the ropes, sunset flip. Oh, what is this?
Oh my goodness, Styles Clash!
Oh, B-Boy out!
Inches from 3. That could have been all nerve endings at that point. Dropped right on his head.
A big crash landing right there. Still only a 2 count.
Gentlemen, I thought it was over.
And you see Jordan Cruz pulling out moves out of his repertoire we have not seen before. That goes to show just how dangerous B-Boy is. That Jordan needs to pull out something B-Boy might not even be prepared for.
And Jordan Cruz in that ring saying, time has passed you by. Jordan Cruz has laid a claim as the future of SoCal wrestling. And he wants to leave B-Boy in the past, but not without a fight.
UH Punisher's really reaching here. Ooh, another strong forearm by Jordan.
Jordan Cruz wants to be the future of SoCal. He has to deal with its present right here and right now.
Back and forth.
Indeed. Back and forth, these forearm exchanges. You see both men trying
quit
to...
first.
It looks like Jordan did as he collapsed to the ground. B-Boy fighting his way to his feet now.
What these men are willing to give to put each other away. I mean, I don't know how this contest is going to end, but I know for sure it's going to end maybe in a pool of blood under that pinfall or submission.
These men are banging.
B-Boy's asking for more.
Nothing will ever be enough for the New Age Punisher. Both with a rip there. They both have each other's numbers, but both men down.
And that just goes to show you how well B-Boy has trained Jordan Cruz.
No, the master and the apprentice in this ring, dueling it out. I mean, B-Boy may have taught Jordan Cruz all he knows, but perhaps there's something left in that deep bag of his, that over 20 years of professional wrestling that he hasn't pulled out just yet.
B-Boy has been in plenty of wars before as CZW Heavyweight Champion, CZW Iron Man Champion, his wars in Jersey All-Pro. This is a man.
B-Boy calling it! Oh!
No, Jordan!
Oh! Brainbuster off the knee!
Oh!
A high knee now.
Went for that ripcord clothesline, but...
B-Boy exhausted.
Oh! Dory Lariat! This could be it!
No. No, Jordan wants one more.
He's got him
Go
on
for
the
that Death Valley
shoulders.
driver, perhaps.
And he connects! This could be it. Oh! And B-Boy kicks out! It's not over!
Jordan Cruz just emptied the clip on the New Age Punisher, and he is still asking for more punishment.
How?
Crowd telling Jordan he only got 2.
I'm in the same mentality as Jordan Cruz right now. I was certain that was 3. Jordan,
I was certain that was 3.
a brainbuster over the knee, a burning lariat, a Death Valley driver, and B-Boy still fighting.
And B-Boy has so much left in the tank, not just in his career, but in this fight alone. But if he's struggling to his feet now, I mean, who's to say? Is he out? Could this be it for B-Boy?
If there's one thing I've learned, Barry, you never count out B-Boy. Oh my.
Oldest trick in the book.
It still works. Jordan.
Oh! The cutter! So kill cutter connects!
That's it, it's all done. Oh! Cruz kicks out! Cruz kicks out!
And now I have to wonder, how did Jordan Cruz kick out? That brainbuster has put away countless opponents.
I'm lost for words.
Jordan Cruz just limp in B-Boy's arms here.
Oh.
I think we've seen this before. That's 187. That is the cop killer that he's sizing up. Oh! Killer connects! And that is 187 on Jordan Cruz.
He's done. He's done.
Just gotta put him on his back. And that's all she wrote. What?
Those precious seconds could have saved Jordan Cruz in this match.
Cruz kicks out again.
And B-Boy is frothing mad.
Is that just on instinct? How does he keep kicking out?
No, gentlemen, this is a game of inches. This is a game of moments now. As you just said, Barry, that the time that it took for B-Boy to turn Jordan Cruz over, that may have saved him in this match. But I can guarantee B-Boy's not going to make that same mistake again.
Oh, fireman's carry again!
Cradle shot, and now!
Jordan going for a hold!
Torquing on that heel hook! Grapevine it out!
No!
And that's it!
And that heel hook, it still has not been let go! Torquing on that formerly injured, that formerly ruptured Achilles.
No!
I said it earlier, gentlemen. These two would not be satisfied with anything less than a pin or a submission. And Jordan Cruz, digging deep, getting that heel hook on the previously injured Achilles. That was the key difference here tonight.
I mean, unbelievable contest from both men. Take nothing away from him. This doesn't mitigate B-Boy, the New Age Punisher, whatsoever. But Jordan Cruz, I mean, this is his world. We're just living in it.
He was a man possessed. He came in here, knew what he had to do. Both men scouted well, and Cruz comes out on top, kicking out at various finishers and special moves. Cruz shows enough heart and gets the finish, ladies and gentlemen.
Real quick, I want everybody to listen.
Come on, man.
Real quick. Hopefully this mic stays on. This wasn't a match that was supposed to be king-worthy, first and foremost. This was a match to prove to everybody in the back everybody that's watching this, and everybody that'll be watching this match for a long time to come, that Jordan Cruz, oh, I forgot about that. You know what? Fuck it.
Family show.
Yeah, I'm not fun.
Gotta keep them on their toes.
You gotta hang on to time doing it. He's doing it. But this match was to show everybody that we know all back there, that Jordan Cruz belongs.
I know that's right.
A couple years back, Cruz came to level up, mentioned to me that he wanted myself to teach him the correct way. And he wanted me to level his ass up. Needless to say, as you all can see, and all the boys in the back know, that Jordan Cruz has not only leveled up, but he is one of the best wrestlers here in Southern California. With myself, how you won? Shit. I am a man that is humble in defeat. I am a man who knows what defeat tastes like. It's all about humility. And right now, I want to extend my hand to you, because tonight, you were...
Jordan Cruz reigning supreme over the New Age Punisher and telling B-Boy to eat that humility.
I don't want you to hand me the torch. I want to take it my own damn self.
The name, Ben Baller did the chain, torn off for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Yeah, Bikini chain, rest in peace, I'm not the barrier. Old man's ring up, feed a village in Liberia. TMZ taking pictures, causing me hysteria. Mama see me on BT.
Is the main attraction wrestler, Michael Hopkins.
This is a big opportunity for Michael Hopkins here tonight. The Ground Zero heavyweight title on the line against the champion Jude. And Michael Hopkins looks as ready as I've ever seen him. Ladies and gentlemen, back from intermission here. Of course, Roman De La Cruz, Joey Hustle, Barry Sweeney, conspicuous by his absence. I believe he told me he had to take care of a situation.
Yeah, something about him stepping down, and maybe he'll be back.
Well, regardless, you and I are more than capable of handling this at this time. As you hear the music.
Young brother from the gutter, always been a fighter, never been a brother. Mama was a hunter, daddy was a hunter on my brother.
There he is, by hook or by crook, your current reigning and defending Ground Zero heavyweight champion, Jude.
Jude is coming in looking confident as ever.
I mean, sorry to cut you off, Joey. By all means, go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to think. You know, can he defend his? This is the first time defending the the Ground Zero championship, and he's doing it up against a very tough opponent in Michael Hopkins.
Certainly correct. Jude is snatching victory against Hunter Freeman last month, to capture the Ground Zero Heavyweight Championship. Only the third ever Ground Zero Heavyweight Champion, which goes to show you how talented you have to be to hold that title.
Wow. Is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Ground Zero Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. He is MAW, the main attraction worldwide. This is Michael Hopkins. And introducing the champion from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 215 pounds. He is the Black Rose, the benevolent brother, the Cocoa Butter King, the Shea Butter Sultan, the Pan-African Prince, the Melanated Milk Magnet, and he is your reigning and defending Ground Zero Champion. This is Jude.
A man of many nicknames, but among all, the accolade that stands out is Ground Zero Champion. That is what is on the line here tonight.
Well, Roman, I'm excited. I can't wait for this to get started. Both men has instructions. And here we go. Okay, we got some back and forth talking here.
A little bit of
Hopkins stressing family first.
Certainly is. And to that point, Joey, we've seen what family has meant to Michael Hopkins. Last month, teaming with his brothers, Casey Douglas, J2 Mattioli.
That's right. Oh, near pinfall.
You too. Teaming with his brothers.
Oh, another pinfall.
Hopkins moving faster than I can speak. Regardless, he teamed J2 Mattioli, Casey Douglas as 8-Bit Lit.
8-Bit Lit.
And it was that brotherhood, that family mentality that helped them capture the win last month.
Yeah, over an impressive team in the Enterprise.
Certainly so. We will see J2 Mattioli take on Cameron August for the Level Up Championship in our main event. Right now, Jude is entering the ring once more after taking his time.
Ooh, a lot of banner going on right now.
Jude is certainly not endearing himself to the fans here.
Judas is a very smart competitor. Last month, he outsmarted Hunter Freeman. Some say he may have cheated, but I want to say he outsmarted Hunter Freeman and got the big victory.
I have to agree with you there. Maybe a little underhanded, maybe a little dishonest. However, Judiz rolled up Hunter Freeman to capture the Ground Zero title.
Something that Michael Hopkins was unable to do in the past year, losing countless efforts in matches against Hunter.
Well, I mean, to be fair to Michael Hopkins, the first one was a DQ.
What a dropkick.
After which Michael Hopkins took possession of the Ground Zero title. We thought Hunter Freeman was seriously injured. However, the Backwoods Brawler came back. The two competed in a brutal I Quit match. So far, the only one in Level Up history. So Michael Hopkins knows what it's like to challenge for the title.
Oh, yeah, that one's scouted.
But now comes the hard part of actually winning the title.
What a kick. Hopkins lays out Judiz. Judiz is on the outside now. Action spills to the outside now.
There's Michael Hopkins calling for it.
Here
the
we
ride
go.
with the maw. And Jude he is hustling. No.
I don't think he was looking for a
intended.
ride. I don't think he's looking for a ride. He certainly did not want to ride with the maw.
Not at all. Sweeps the leg. This is classic Hopkins here. Oh!
Judiz had that one scouted.
Certainly did. Double knees right onto the back.
Judiz has him up. Oh!
TKO over the ropes, and now.
Oh! Power bomb onto the apron.
And you saw the way his spine bent.
Judiz wanting it to do it on the scooter. Judiz with a scooter now.
I was gonna say, could we ride with the Black Rose, but Judiz, he says he doesn't need that.
Throws Hopkins back into the ring.
I'm sick of you and your mouth.
Where you at, baby?
Well, Judiz now out here
giving advice to the crowd.
Certainly trying to appeal to a certain demographic, shall we say, of the audience here. If there are any MILFs in the area, feel free to contact Judiz as soon as you can. Inside the ring.
Oh!
Spinning backbreaker.
Oh, just a 1 count.
We saw earlier, and we spoke earlier during B-Boy and Jordan Cruz's match, that Jordan Cruz may be B-Boy's best student. An argument can certainly be made for Michael Hopkins.
Oh, absolutely. Michael Hopkins is definitely up there. One of the tops in his class.
One of the first students of B-Boy. It's been a little over 5 years now since his debut. Michael Hopkins has certainly grown as a wrestler.
Absolutely.
He has developed into an amazing talent. And I know he would love to capture.
What a combination of strikes there.
He would love to capture the Ground Zero title. To cap it off, you see.
Modified backbreaker. Judiz with Ben. Oh, only 2. Hopkins kicks out.
That modified backbreaker transitioning beautifully into a spinning flatliner.
Crowd getting behind Hopkins now.
Hopkins is a day 1 talent here at Level Up.
I just think Judiz is taking way too long. He's trying to prove his point to this crowd. Roman, and he's not really putting the pressure on Hopkins, which I think is...
It's that overconfidence that we've seen from Judiz lately. But give him credit, he can back it up inside the ring.
Yeah, just right now overpowering Hopkins. Really taking control of this match. Right when you think Hopkins could get something going, Judiz just cuts him down.
I'm gonna break his back, just like I did
And it's been said before, the easy part is winning the title. Then the hard part is defending it over and over again.
I've heard of that, yes.
We've seen Andy Brown, the first Ground Zero champion. He amassed an incredible record defending it against challenger after challenger. Hunter Freeman was next up, and he defended it against the who's who of Southern California talent.
Absolutely. He had that for a long time.
Now Judiz has a legacy to continue. The Ground Zero heavyweight title, that is something that is coveted here in Southern California.
Absolutely. I know he doesn't want to go one and done.
Not at all. If he wants to reach the same level of an Andy Brown, of a Hunter Freeman, if he wants to surpass them, it starts here tonight against Michael Hopkins, and he needs to be on his A game every single night.
Well, it's looking good so far. Judiz definitely taking control of the action. Got Hopkins in a single leg crab right now.
You see Hopkins crawling his way.
He's got the ropes. Judiz not letting go. Finally does.
Jude is following the rules, keeping things relatively clean, we'll say.
Every one of you, voluptuous.
There he goes again. Not really applying the pressure to Hopkins.
Give him credit, he certainly does have his admirers out here. Continuing the pressure. Oh!
Hopkins slips out of that one. Oh! And he connects!
Right to the temple.
Let's see if Hopkins can get something going now. Blocking shots from Judas. Coming with some strikes. Oh, kiss the last one. Oh, nice uppercut. Judas in the corner now. Oh! Modified splash into a kick.
Connecting with the back of the head, and now Hopkins!
Oh!
Springboard European uppercut.
Cover! Oh, and he only gets 2. That's not going to be enough to put away Judas.
Not at all, but Michael Hopkins is more than capable of continuing.
Oh, looks like Judas.
No, this is.
He doesn't want to.
I have to admit, it's a smart strategy from Judas. He has champion.
He doesn't get to lose the belt.
He is heading out of town. He is trying to get out of here.
Yeah, belt doesn't change hands on a count out.
Not at all. Judas is playing this smart. He wants to walk away with his title if he has to do a count out.
Oh, Hopkins brings Judas back in.
And,
Hopkins. Oh! Throws him against the ring post.
You see referee Chad Rico not counting either competitor out.
Hopkins calls for his scooter.
Chad Rico knows how important a title match is here at Level Up. He wants to settle inside the ring. And now it's time.
Oh, to ride with the mob.
See now referee Chad Rico up to a 2 count here. I don't
Hopkins
think
brings Judas back into the ring.
Oh yeah, no danger of either man being counted out now. Michael Hopkins.
Judas is up.
Oh! That was incredible!
Only gets 2 though. Roman, that was close.
Certainly was. A fireman's carry takeover into a leg drop. Not something I've ever seen before.
I haven't seen that either.
And now Jude is trying to beg off here.
Is Hopkins gonna buy this? Hopkins can't possibly buy this.
No!
Will we go for the Tiger Bomb?
Judas spins out.
Into the corner. Oh, another European.
And Michael Hopkins now
brings him to the top. Oh, what do we got here?
We saw how this benefited Mike Camden in our opening contest. Michael Hopkins could be
for the superplex. Oh, no, Judas
looking to take a page.
Oh, he's fighting out. He's fighting out.
Oh, right to the eyes.
Oh. Oh.
Spinning stomp. Oh no, Michael Hopkins trying to fight out of it, but Judas says no.
Buckle bomb.
Sky high.
Is that it? Oh, and Hopkins kicks out. He still has fight in him.
The buckle bomb followed immediately by the sky high, and still only a 2 count.
There's a lot of grit in Hopkins. Finding enough hard to kick out.
Oh, Joey, you know as well as I do.
Oh, yeah.
When you're trained by B-Boy, you gain a whole new level of grit in you.
Judas is calling for that top rope elbow drop.
Grit may not be enough to save Michael Hopkins here.
Oh, Hopkins moves. Oh!
Ducks the tornado kick. Rolls
Under
through.
goes Hopkins. What's he got? Here it is! Tiger Bomb hits!
Center of the ring!
Oh! Jude gets out.
Oh!
What a stomp!
That headliner double stomp. Could that
Cover!
be
Only 2! Jude is kicking out.
Only a 2, but Michael Hopkins is inching closer and closer to victory here.
Crowd getting behind Hopkins. Will he find the strength to put away Jude?
Crowd rallying behind Lamar. On the
Hopkins
shoulders.
has him up.
Oh.
Jude fights out. Oh! What a shot to the back. Has the hair.
Oh!
Nope.
Counter after counter.
Oh!
Kick to the knee.
Oh! Hopkins connects. DDT landed.
He's calling for it now.
Connects.
Tornado kick hits.
Goes for the cover. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh! Near pinfalls for both men.
A great move by Jude right there. Not just kicking out, but snatching Michael Hopkins in a crucifix.
Just going off instincts now.
And you see Jude now. Oh!
Hopkins crashes into the ref.
Oh! Low blow!
I don't think the ref saw that. And Judas gets the victory!
Here's your winner and still Round 0 champion, Jude!
Roman, what a match. Jude outsmarts Michael Hopkins tonight.
Michael Hopkins came so close on a number of occasions, but Jude was willing to stoop low, not just involving the ref, not just hitting a low blow, but Joey, he even grabbed the tights on that roll-up as well, just to ensure he walked out his ground.
Doing anything he can to walk out with that belt. Absolutely, another roll-up win for the Black Rose, Jude
I mean, give the devil his due. Jude said he was going to walk out, still the Ground Zero champion, and he has certainly made good on that promise.
I can feel the blood rushing to my eyes. Waking up in love, you left me to die. My heart turned cold December 29.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our next contest. You see Leo Canedo coming down. Barry, where have you been?
I mean, I was a little late getting back from intermission. I mean, you know, I caught a sight of the menace, Leo Canedo, and you know, I had to hide.
But for your own safety, you better hope he never hears you call him that.
Listen, as long as he's not making direct eye contact with those crazy, crazy eyes.
He is a menace. Leo Canedo.
Taking his life into his own hands.
He said the word.
You look at those cold, dead eyes of Leo Canedo, it just gives me chills.
Well, boys, here's the debuting luchador Flamin Oro.
Another promising upstart from this latest Level Up Pro Wrestling class, the luchador Flamin Oro.
His Level Up Pro Wrestling debut, weighing in at 160 pounds. From Los Angeles, California, via Mexico, this is Flamin
Now for the folks at home that might not speak Spanish, Flamin Oro literally means golden flame. And this guy's looking for gold in his future, and he's got a whole lot of fire behind him, that's for sure. But whoa!
Whoa!
Leo Canedo looking to extinguish the flame. They're just attacking Flamin Oro right on the outside.
Could we expect anything less from Leo Canedo, spoiling the moment of a young rookie?
I don't even think this match has started.
No, not at all. Leo Canedo, he's not letting a little thing like that stop him from taking it to this promising young rookie.
Fastball chops right to the chest. Look at Flama. I mean, again, I was hoping for an evenly matched contest here, but again,
when you're dealing with Leo Canedo, it is never that simple.
Like they say, they call the... I almost said it, gentlemen. I don't want to say it, but...
Be safe.
As long as his focus is someplace else, I'll say it. He's a menace.
You said it, Barry. And there's the bell. Match finally starting. Oh, what an arm drag by Flama!
That was one thing for Flamin Oro to have this contest one-on-one in a fair fight. And very clearly, with that flame behind him now, that flame underneath him, he is showing, level up, he's showing La Mesa, California, who he really is.
Strong showing here from Flamin Oro so far.
It's got Leo Canedo reeling, but whoa!
Leo on the apron. Flama sees him.
Oh!
What a kick to the shin!
And two can play at that game, that's for sure.
Fans better move out of the way. Flamin Oro!
Oh! Through the ropes with Hurricane Rana, my goodness!
And this young luchador, he is impressing the Level Up audience here tonight.
As the sun goes down here in La Mesa, California, fire still burns, casting the light, a golden flame here at Drop It Like It's Hot. And I can't wait to stoke this fire. Oh!
Leo had that one scouted.
No one home with that twisting splash.
Leo goes for the cover. Barely at two.
We see here Leo Canedo, the menace, stalking.
Say it again, Barry.
I will, he's a menace. And I'll get a head start out of here before the time the show's over.
I am grateful.
Big scoop slam from Leo Canedo. And
maybe we can get the Bishop to have a prayer for you.
Not even a one count of that cover, but I don't think Leo Canedo is so concerned about that right now. You see, he's choking him.
Jeez.
Leo Canedo's not concerned with wins or losses at this point, at least over debuts like Flamin Oro. He's concerned with inflicting as much pain as he possibly can.
Yeah, last time I checked, a choke wasn't a legal move.
No, not at all. But I mean, this is just part of the course for Leo Canedo over the past, 6-7 months? Oh! Willing to go to that dark place.
Absolutely. That transformation from a wild thing into the, what's the word?
It's menace.
That's right.
And I'm mostly not afraid to say it. But we talked about
getting into Canedo's head.
You know, we talked about a transformation here, but we talked about the insecurity behind Leo Canedo's head. I mean, whatever is preying on it, whatever demons he's letting take over, clearly take so much of this crowd personally.
I couldn't even begin to speculate what those may be. I don't want to delve too deep into that and have this get back to Leo Canedo. I mean, I'm a fan of being in perfectly good health. Thankfully I haven't been targeted yet.
Talk about perfectly good health, perfectly good chops and slaps, getting traded back and forth!
Yeah, a lot of back and forth action going on with these two men. A lot of forearms, a lot of chops. Canedo missing now. Some more forearms by Flama. Turns it. Oh, and another slap.
Off the ropes. Whoa! Oh no, he catches the Rana. Oh! Right into the corner!
Both men down.
God.
What a move.
What a maneuver and what an impact on Leo Canedo. We saw last month that the Rebel Storm, despite a newer attitude, did not have enough to keep Leo Canedo from taking the victory here. Perhaps Flamin Oro is looking to become a hero in his own right and take that victory.
It's a tall task for the young luchador.
You know, and I don't want to be biased, but I think the kid's got it tonight. I really hope Flama gets this victory and impresses the Level Up faithful here tonight.
Well, he's certainly doing a good job of that. Working on the legs of Leo Canedo now.
Catch a neck breaker.
Beautiful neck breaker here.
Off the ropes. What's he going for here? Oh! Face buster like maneuver. Leo Canedo rolling out of the ring.
Ring smarts. Canedo can't get pinned outside,
but he certainly can get speared like a missile.
What we got in store here? Oh!
Twisting senton splash. Goodness gracious. The Level Up faithful have said it all.
You see Flamin Oro now already back up on his feet. Trying to draw strength from the fans here as he tosses Leo Canedo inside.
Both men back in the ring.
Flama off the ropes for a
tornado! DDT out of the corner.
But slow to the pin. He's got to gather him.
Got to cover. Nope, not enough. That's not going to be enough to put away Leo Canedo.
No, those extra seconds may have saved Leo Canedo here in this contest.
Flamin Oro clearly bringing the fight to the menace to this beast of a man in the ring here. I mean, there has been no fear behind those eyes, whether he had a mask on or not.
See him now slow to get up. You see the toll that this match is
taking too much time. Oh, Leo catches him.
Torture rack applied here. What's he got planned? Whoa!
Oh! Reverses to the Hurricanrana.
Another amazing counter from Flamin Oro.
What a kick. Oh! Kick to the face!
Right upside the head. That could be it!
Only two!
Oh no, Leo Canedo still finding it in him to kick out.
Whether it's nerve endings or not. My goodness gracious, what a contest we've had. And again, this speaks to the quality of the debuting talent here at Level Up Pro Wrestling. Flamin Oro is the biggest opportunity of his young career so far, and he could very well take the victory here tonight.
Absolutely. Roman, do you think Flamin Oro can gain any respect at all out of Leo Canedo?
Out of Leo Canedo, no. No, Leo Canedo doesn't respect anybody in Level Up. He doesn't respect the talent. He doesn't respect the officials. He barely keeps it together for Level Up management. I've seen that firsthand myself.
It doesn't matter to Leo Canedo whether you're staff, whether you're in the ring or out. He's looking to inflict pain, and look at his torture rack. Goodness gracious. Into a bomb! Wow! Tornado bomb off the shoulders!
Oh, Flama kicks out at two. Close one there for Canedo.
Only a 2 count out of that rack bomb. Oh,
Canedo calling it.
Yeah, this may be it for young Flamin Oro.
But as you can see, Leo Canedo letting the crowd get to him here. Flamin Oro is going to exploit that as best he can.
Shot to the midsection.
Clubbing close to the back here, still fighting on top of his shoulder. Oh, right into the ring post.
Right into the ring post.
Leo Canedo is weakened now. He's disoriented.
Off the ropes.
Oh!
Takedown.
Right into the crossface. Right into that crossface.
And he's cinching it all in. He's cinching it all in. Wow, this could be it.
Oh, referee Chad Rico says not yet.
Canedo making his way back. Can his feet reach the ropes?
Look at the torque. Look at the torque on Leo Canedo's neck.
He got there.
A tremendous display from Leo Canedo right there, managing to just reach the ropes.
You know, it's been a long time since I've seen fear in Leo Canedo's eyes. And that very well be the first time in a long time that Flamin Oro gave it to him, just choking on the neck. But look at this.
Ring smarts by Canedo.
You hear the crowd there getting behind Flamin Oro.
I know this move.
But could it be? No, pin! Pin! No!
Trying to get full extension on that cattle mutilation.
They've fought back to their feet here.
Nice back elbow. Ooh, another one.
No, Leo Canedo responds with a clubbing forearm.
And as we can see, the masterpiece coming to light here. Off the ropes.
Someone gets out of that one.
Oh! Huge enziguri!
Leo Canedo dropping to his knees now. Flamin Oro. What does he got planned off the ropes?
Oh! Spiked him with the power! It's Canedo somehow gets the victory.
Just like that, the tombstone pile driver.
And as the sun sets here on La Mesa, California,
What a catch.
the menace reigns supreme, and there's still not enough for him.
Oh no, it's never enough for Leo Canedo. A big victory for him here tonight.
The following matchup is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Your referee, Adrian Medina. Big Body Fresh, JF3000. They are the
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Rebel Storm is on his third lap around the ring right now.
He's got the spirit in him. He's got that dog in him. And the Rebel Storm has the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird by his side.
Weighing in at Chapter 4, Verse 44, from the Black Sea, the blessed in the world, the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird, and the Thunder Wonder, the Rebel Storm. They are the Holy Storm!
Well, the audience certainly loving the Holy Storm. Reverend Bishop Thunderbird, the Rebel Storm. But you look across the ring, there are two men who are not fans at all. Xander Phillips, the X Factor, and Big Body French, JF3000.
That's exactly right. The block might not be new to the block, so to speak, but they have that tag team acumen already in their young careers. And while Rebel Storm is no stranger to tag teams, I mean, the Rebel Storm cinematic universe seems to expand more and more.
Now looks like Xander Phillips and Rebel Storm will start the action here tonight.
Rebel Storm no stranger to either of these men. Has been wrong before. That was JF3000. That was his Ultra Bowl partner, and wow. Already from the X Factor, Xander Phillips choking in the corner.
Well, the X Factor is certainly willing to do whatever it takes to walk out with the victory.
Yeah, showing no respect as well. Nice slap to the face.
I mean, gentlemen, when you look at the history books, they don't ask how you did it, they just ask if you did it.
That's right. Arm drag takedown by the Rebel Storm, working that arm now.
And Rebel Storm surely looking for a victory, tag partner or no. And the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird looking for motivation as well here. He has had his contest recently with SDC spoiled. Look at that beautiful roll through and the drop kick.
Toss.
The blessed pinfall as well, only gets a near fall.
JF3000 and the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird have been on a collision course. An unstoppable force and an immovable object that have not been matched. Xander Phillips trying to pick sides, but clearly JF3000.
Oh! What a body slam.
Plenty more in his repertoire.
Oh! What a combination of tag moves there.
Kokeshi, an elbow drop applied, still only two.
So far, a great showing from the Holy Storm. I know there were a couple questions heading into this contest. Could they work together? Could they coexist? Enough to truly take on the block. It seems they've been doing very well so far. But that was before Big Body French entered the ring.
Oh! Not enough to bring him down.
Not even a knock at the door. Goodness gracious, I'm a huge
Rebel Storm tries again. Nothing doing. JF3000 just standing his ground.
You're trying to chop down a mountain with the edge of your hand here.
What's that?
Oh! Fell for that one. Oh!
Double headbutts to JF3000.
And you notice the big man still hasn't gone down. He stumbled, but he stays vertical.
Oh!
Spoke too soon, I guess.
Down to his knees. Oh! That flipping senton with a slap combo.
Gentlemen, I'm impressed at the teamwork shown by the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird and from the Rebel Storm.
You know, I hate to say it, but I think it's a lot of faith in both these men, in each other, to get the job done. But oh my goodness, what a chop.
What a chop by JF3000. Certainly responding. Let's see if they get any momentum now. Oh, splash missed. And a chop by the Bishop.
That chest is anything but blessed, and neither is this backbreaker match.
Just can't get him up.
Russian leg sweep rolled through.
Oh! JF misses the splash. Bishop hits his own. Goes for the fall. Only two.
Big diving splash. You see the Rebel Storm now back inside the ring here.
No, Rebel, I don't know if that's how it works.
Not at all.
Rebel gets out of the corner. Oh, with a splash of his own!
Huge splash in the corner. And we've seen this before, fans.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, Xander gets some. Rebel Storm giving everybody something. Oh, JF managed to get him out. Oh, and a clothesline by Xander.
Great isolation while they might not have been on the offensive there. Great recovery from Xander Phillips to gain the offensive with Rebel Storm.
And gentlemen, give the block credit. Xander Phillips was willing to put himself at risk to make sure JF3000 has that extra bit of time to recover and take it to the Rebel Storm.
They say Rebel's in some trouble right now.
Oh, certainly so.
Really taking the pain. from JF 3000.
The level up faithful here.
Oh, ref's distracted.
Oh, look, it's Tanner Phillips.
Phillips holding Rebel in the corner with his leg. Ref not seeing any of this. Oh, what a shot.
The capoeira kick.
Adrian Medina's got to keep eyes in the back of his head for this contest. The block is hot, but they're also dangerous.
Certainly so. Especially big body French himself, JF 3000.
Mr. Limited Edition, Mr. One of One.
Looking to haul the Rebel Storm up here. What's he got planned? Nothing good.
Oh!
That notoriously
I think that only made him angry.
That notoriously hard head of the Rebel Storm. Oh!
Brutal DDT off the top.
JF 3000, I'm surprised I gotta say this, but JF 3000 needs to make a close attack. Pardon me.
Rebel drops Xander Phillips to the outside. Rebel going for the tag, but JF meets him in the middle of the ring. What a pounce!
Gentlemen, he knocked him out of the ring. And you see another hit to Rebel Storm.
Tag to Xander Phillips here, and what did the block got planned?
Oh! Sidewalk into a leg drop.
Leg drop, dog, but no!
That was a close two. That was a close one.
That is for sure, Joey. This match continues here tonight. Drop it like it's hot.
Block taking control. Nice suplex pin combo by Phillips.
Beautiful float over.
Ooh.
Only
another two count.
And the Reverend Bishop Thunderbird rearing to go in his corner here, but the Rebel Storm in enemy territory.
And an innovative tag here. Sending Rebel Storm.
Oh, what a shot. Front drop kick. Xander rolls out of the ring. French with a cover. Ooh, kick out at two.
Goodness gracious. All 5 fingers to the face there on that punch. Right to the jaw of the Rebel Storm.
Oh, super kick to the knee. Another one. And now,
I'm trying to make the tag. You can't. Oh, back into the other corner.
Driven in enemy territory once again. So close on that tag.
Xander lifts him up. Oh, Rebel fighting out.
No, there's still plenty of fight left in the Rebel Storm here.
Oh, big boot in the corner. I'm coming back. Rebel going for the tag.
Oh, beautiful rollover.
Oh, and he doesn't get it. Xander pulls the Bishop to the outside. French with a big boot.
Big boot with authority. And an elbow drop.
And only a 2 count.
What's it gonna take for JF 3000 to keep him down?
Yeah, I don't know the answer, but the block may know that. You see them continuing to take it to the Rebel Storm here.
And I mean, again, credit where credit is due. The teamwork of the block. These two know each other very, very well in a short amount of time. And they knew, even though JF 3000 is a leviathan of a man, Xander Phillips cutting off the Reverend just in time. Oh!
Rebel counters.
No.
Oh, JF 3000 counters.
Countered that Bananarama Slam, and we'll see how it goes with JF 3000. Into the ropes, but no!
No slides!
Rebel slides out!
Takes down Xander!
Slides in!
Bananarama Slam!
Both men down in the middle of the ring. Bishop Thunderbird wanting the tag. Will Rebel get the tag?
He's praying for their downfall. That is for
That's
sure.
the wrong corner.
Perhaps those headbutts crept up on him.
Oh! JF with the tag! Bishop finally in! On a clothesline!
And now the blessed in the world.
Oh! Back elbow!
Taking it to both members of the block here.
Nice side slam.
Shoot. Oh! Trials and tribulations. And now Bishop.
Oh, clothesline to the outside, and he got it. He got all of it.
Keep your eye inside the ring. Now the Rebel Storm. Sending Xander Phillips over.
Oh, move! Bishop goes for the pin, and it's over.
That's it. An incredible display here from the Holy Storm. Gentlemen, we may be seeing Level Up's newest, hottest tag team here. I'd certainly love it.
Absolutely. Holy Storm looking impressive tonight with a victory over the Block.
The Block was hot, but the Holy Storm was hotter. Raining down flames from heaven here. Drop it like it's hot. And it might not be a donation that the Reverend wants, but certainly the one that Rebel Storm wants.
Absolutely. Rebel Storm and the Bishop Thunderbird exercise their demons tonight.
Man from heaven.
First Level Up champion making his way to the ring right now. And Barry, you know as well as I do how much this means to J2 Mattioli.
The journey that J2 Mattioli has taken as he glows sapphire blue in the night here in La Mesa, California. Drop it like it's hot. He is the inaugural Level Up Pro Wrestling champion. He has fought and bled for that gold around his waist. And the frat daddy Cameron August took it right from his grasp. And shall we say, disputable circumstances. Now this is for all the marbles, not just the title, but to prove who is the undisputed Level Up Pro Wrestling Championship.
And if anybody can do it, Barry, you and I both know it's gonna be J2 Mattioli.
I'm nice right now. I feel good. If you have a drink, would you please put it in the air? That party last night was awfully crazy.
But with the Enterprise at his heels, the reigning and defending Level Up Pro Wrestling champion, the frat daddy Cameron August, as we have discussed time and time again, not just in Listen Up, but in the months leading up to this match, this auspicious tournament, this auspicious opportunity rather, Cameron August is like no other athlete here at Level Up. He is athletic, he is high flying, and he is certainly not afraid of heights.
He is an incredible competitor. He is unbelievably talented. And, you know, under different circumstances, I would be celebrating Cameron August as the champion. But aligning himself with the Enterprise, taking shortcut after shortcut, that's something I cannot condone and I cannot support.
Like you said, I mean, by himself, an incredible athlete, a daredevil of a man, but he took all these shortcuts, he bought his way to the top with the Enterprise, and J2 Mattioli, with the help of this ladder, with everything on the line, is looking to claw his way back to the top.
Well, gentlemen, any predictions? Somebody's gonna fall from that ladder, and I would hate to see it. That would suck, Barry. That would.
No, I can't predict what might happen.
All I know is J2 is feeding for that belt to be back around his waist again, especially after losing it the way he did.
Absolutely. Yes, this is Joey Hustle. This is the first level up ladder match.
Is a ladder match for the Level Up Championship. Introduce first the challenger from San Diego, California, weighing in at 252 pounds. He is the Digital Sapphire, the Playmaker, J2 the champ, representing the Enterprise from the Cayman Islands, weighing in at 200 pounds. He is the reigning and defending Level Up Champion, the #1 draft pick, the first ever Cameron August.
That's a new one, #1 draft pick ever.
I mean, the Enterprise is #1 draft pick anyway, and he's paid dividends to make them work, to make them successful.
He certainly has. Gentlemen, a little bit of history for you as far as those watching. Cameron August.
I want that title back that you stole.
I was going to say, Cameron August turned his back on James Brady and J2 Mattioli in a 6-man tag against the Enterprise. He aligned himself with Jackson Calhoun, with Robin Shaw, later proving himself to be the Enterprise's #1 draft pick. And now, if I'm not mistaken, over a year later, it is now time for Cameron August and J2 Mattioli to do battle here tonight.
And do battle they will. J2 laying in the offensive, and here we go. The inaugural Level Up Pro Wrestling ladder match. I mean, I can't wait to see what's in store tonight, folks.
Body slam.
You know, Joey, you asked me earlier, are there any predictions? And truthfully, I have none. This is the first ladder match in Level Up Pro Wrestling history. We don't know what to expect from our competitors. We don't know how creative they can be. We don't know what they like to do with the ladder. So it's hard for me to predict what these two men are capable of.
Looking at this ladder to my right, that's a big ladder. I just hope none one of these men don't have afraid of heights.
That's for sure, but you have to cast fear aside, not just with ladders involved, not just with heights, but with championship, with glory on the line. And J2 knows all too well as the shotgun dropkick connects.
Oh, knee in the corner. Classic J2 Mattioli. Oh, with another running knee. The Playmaker's really bringing it on right now.
And Cameron August is reeling right now. I don't even know if he expected this kind of fight. But again, perhaps he wasn't looking to fight J2. He was just looking to climb faster. But a Playmaker knee this early out the gate.
And this is just proving how badly J2 Mattioli wants his Level Up Championship back. He's throwing out the big guns here early on. He's trying to take it to Cameron August and put him down. Because he knows that's only half the battle.
Oh my God! That is correct. That's only half the battle because the other battle is getting a ladder in the middle of that ring and having to climb it rung by rung just to reach, just to get a chance to get the belt back in his hands. J2 right now clearing the ring of Cameron August. Will he go for the ladder or will he keep the pressure on? And I think that just solved our answer there. He's looking for the ladder.
That's for sure, but he's got to look out for the rest of the Enterprise. Jackson Calhoun, the Jackal Jeff Roth, the Kingmaker Robin Shaw. I mean, oh! No one home with a sliding dropkick.
Oh! Strikes to the outside by the Playmaker.
Right off the ring apron. J2 demanding authority in this match. And oh no, what's he got planned here? Ooh!
I know you heard that one, Barry.
I felt that one in my feelings. Goodness gracious.
Just a thud when J2 Mattioli made contact with Cameron August. And you see him now, he's taking a page. We've certainly seen this before from B-Boy himself.
The playmaker making his way around the ring. Will he connect? Oh, what a shot!
Goodness gracious. Again, I don't think Cameron August was prepared for this kind of onslaught so early on in this contest.
Oh! You know, this is an intensity I haven't seen from the playmaker in a long time. Not since when he first lost the belt. The playmaker is showing a lot of guts right now.
That's for sure, and on top of that, Joey, I mean, this intensity's been simmering ever since he lost that title, ever since 8-Bit Lit came back together again, and now with this ladder in the ring, he is looking to show that intensity as best he can and earn that championship once again.
Gentlemen, the ladder is set up now. And you see Cameron August climbing the top rope.
Front kick!
Right to the center of the back. Goodness gracious, the ladder is still up. If Cameron can capitalize, he can very well take advantage here.
That was pinpoint accuracy between the shoulder blades. That is enough to take out a lesser person. But if I know J2 Mattioli as well as I believe I do, I know he's going to be fighting through this.
That's for sure, but not only trying to take out perhaps the arm for that playmaker lariat, but taking out that arm to reach for that title, suspend it up above the ring here, drop it like it's hot.
That's right. If you can't reach for that belt, you cannot win. If you can't take that belt down from the top, you will not win. And right now, August is doing whatever he can to eliminate that arm for the playmaker, to use that lariat, to reach for that belt. It's looking really hard right now for the playmaker.
And stretching those tendons, that elbow between the ropes here. J2 struggling to his feet, and Cameron August regaining some authority here. And so far, the Enterprise have yet to interfere, but oh my goodness gracious.
Using that arm. I don't know if that was a good idea. Oh, and down he goes again.
Oh, no, it wasn't. You saw how J2 winced in pain after using that arm. The strategy of Cameron August is paying dividends here.
On top of that, a DDT to boot. J2 could be out.
Cameron with the ladder now.
And now this is just malicious. What's he got planned here?
Oh, he's using the ladder. Oh, right into the arm.
Right on the shoulder, right between the elbow. Goodness gracious. We see the cumulative damage that J2 has been dealt. All the lingering injuries, every bump and bruise and cut and blood he spilt in this ring, and it's all coming down with this ladder on top of his arm.
Mattioli in a lot of pain right now.
He's got that arm sandwich, gentlemen.
Oh!
Just stopping right down.
That arm in between. Oh,
that is pure metal. And again! His arm could be broken for all we know.
Sandwiching the arm between the legs of that ladder.
He's going for...
Oh my God!
Sit down again.
Oh no! Oh, that could have broken his hand, his wrist. I mean, everything from the elbow down. My God.
Cameron August showing he is willing to do whatever it takes to keep hold of that level up championship.
Crowd getting behind J2 right now. Oh, what a chop in the corner by Cameron August. Oh, J2 responds.
Oh my goodness. And again, this is a level of
right, back elbow. Oh!
This is a level of
still using that arm though, Barry.
This is a level of maliciousness we have not seen from Cameron August. It's one thing to try to finish this like the Enterprise tends to do, as fastidious as they can, but oh my God, that back elbow right into the ladder.
That was not a great idea.
of the moment. You only see your opponent. You only think, what can I do to take down my opponent? J2 took a big risk here, and unfortunately it did not pay off.
And Cameron August with the ladder again, attacking that same arm.
I mean, this is meticulous. We again have yet to see the remainder of the Enterprise interfere in this match. Perhaps they don't need to if Cameron August is going to show this much bloodlust.
Nice back strikes right now by August. Oh, is this it? Oh! Right onto the ladder.
Every rung against every spinal cord, spinal column. Goodness, discs. Good. I don't even know. I mean, just.
August trying to get the crowd in for him.
Springboard off the roof.
Oh! Lions up onto the ladder and landed. That's gonna take some out of August too, but showing the grit still.
And you hear the crowd, they're begrudgingly showing Cameron August a bit of respect there for putting his body on the line. They certainly hate his tactics, but anybody willing to put their body on the line, that deserves some respect.
And again, we talked about Cameron August's skill, his ability, the raw talent. The reason they call him that #1 draft pick is because he has all those attributes. But look at J2 Mattioli.
August making his way, he touches the belt. Not enough. The playmaker was there. Oh, and August again continues to attack that arm.
And August has all the time in the world here in our main event tonight to drop it like it's hot. Climbing the rungs of that ladder.
He's got his hands on it. Oh, pulling him down. Oh.
It's a precarious position for them.
That ladder just barely hanging on. Oh!
Both men down. What a move by J2. Just in time to save the belt.
Oh, there goes the ladder.
J2 Mattioli putting his body on the line right there, just ripping Cameron August off that ladder. Both men down right now. You hear the crowd showing their support. But you gotta wonder, what state is J2 Mattioli in right now?
A state of absolute shock, pain, agony. Yes, that's any attribute there. I mean, goodness, he's trying to pick that ladder up with one arm, and he's in just utmost pain here.
Can he get it up? Oh, got it up. Oh! August right into the ladder. Oh, and again. Wow! Right to the face.
J2 Mattioli showing that fire, that spirit that refuses to quit. And
no, he can't. He can't quit. He has that heart of a champion. That champion he used to be, the level up champion.
The champion Hugh quickly once again, but look at it. Whoa! Putting on the brakes, Cameron August.
Oh!
Now J2 putting on the brakes.
Oh! Back body drop on the ladder.
Full impact on that spinal cord.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this at home.
Don't try this anywhere.
No. God, you saw the way Cameron August's body just bent as he hit that metal.
I mean, that ladder has no give whatsoever. I mean, the way Cameron August is just contorted in the corner there, and the way J2 is just staggering, I mean, this is a monument to their pain.
Now, the former champion J2 setting up the ladder. He wants to become champion once again.
Going up rung by rung. Oh! It's Sagiri.
We talk about finding that second gear, that third gear, whatever a champion needs to do.
Whoa! Cameron tries the crossbody. The playmaker catches him right into
that PS2, that power slam 2.
Right.
But, I mean, at what cost to his arm? At what cost to his well-being? I mean, what kind of champion can you be on any side of this victory or defeat? What kind of champion can you be if you spent this much on your body?
No, it sends a message to the rest of the locker room. It says, I'm willing to put my body through hell for this title. Can you say the same?
That's what champions do.
And you saw J2 think about it. You saw him think about climbing that ladder again, but he's setting it up in the corner. He is looking to end Cameron August's reign right here.
J2 setting it up. Looks like a power bomb into the... Oh, Cameron gets out of it.
No one home in the Sapphire Driver. Whoa! Up the ladder! Whoa! Corkscrew cutter!
What a move by Cameron August!
On the Enterprise's #1 draft pick.
Fisherman suplex!
Showing why he has earned that accolade, why he has held the Level Up Championship. What an incredible display from Cameron August here.
And look at him, he's not even close to done. What's he got planned here? Ladder set up right in the corner.
These two men just punishing one another. You see Cameron August now climbing to the top.
Well past to the very top rung.
Oh my. Is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do? The swanton!
Oh my! What a swanton off the top!
These two men willing to do anything to take out the other man, all for the Level Up Championship. What a match, gentlemen.
This is blood, this is guts, this is spirit, whatever metric you want to measure championships by. And this is awesome!
I have no words. I have no words for what we have seen so far.
This is a main event. This is Level Up. This is Drop It Like It's Hot.
And
how is he back up?
And the showmanship from Cameron August, clearly not lacking. Maybe this is just adrenaline. Maybe this is just, I don't know what, coursing through his veins.
Cameron August making his ascend up.
You see how much this has taken its toll on it.
J2 on the other side of that ladder.
On the other side, Mattioli somehow makes his way up.
Both men in very, very dangerous territory here. If this ladder tips no matter which way, both these men, I mean, how many people in the crowd to get hurt?
Back and forth by both men. The belt right above them. Anyone could just reach, just like Cameron tried to. Ooh, shots.
Elbow after elbow.
Oh.
Stopped with a poke to the eye from Cameron August.
Oh, right against the ropes, but look at this. Oh, and the ladder's still standing as both men neck first against the ropes.
Both men down. What a match, gentlemen. First ever ladder match, Level Up history. It's bringing everything we thought and more.
God forbid we have another one.
You said it earlier, Joey. What do you predict will happen in this match? I don't think any of us could have predicted what we have seen so far.
Oh, no. Not at all. And I mean, on top of that, just the levels that both these men are willing to go. We talk about leveling up. I mean, this is well past the scoreboard here. I don't even know.
I think we're in the next level and beyond.
That's for sure.
Oh, this is the... Oh, what a forearm.
Sizing up that Sapphire Driver. Will he hit it?
Got it.
Oh, Sapphire Driver connects with the ladder. The ladder's not upright and both are down.
To go up. The match is not over till he gets that that belt till someone gets that belt.
And you see Cameron August, he rolled to the outside. J2 Mattioli is all alone. He has a clear shot to the title.
Can he find the will? Can he find it to make it up that ladder? And to capture that title once more.
And this is 6, 7, 8 rungs of pain, of agony, and
oh, Enterprise! Bobby Shaw! The Jackal making his way in.
He's a knee.
Oh! Mattioli clearing the Enterprise.
But Canedo!
August with the super kick connects. Everyone is down.
The Enterprise, for all the money in the world, are devastated now. All 4 men down, but so is J2 Mattioli.
You see Cameron August slow to get up. The crowd trying to will J2 Mattioli to his feet. But unfortunately, Cameron August is the only one standing right now. Gentlemen, I hate to say it, but this could be the swan song for J2 Mattioli's championship aspirations.
I mean, whether he wins or loses, whether Cameron August wins or loses, look, I mean, just the agony that they're in. Cameron August can't even get, for all the bravado, for all the ego. I mean, the toll this will take on both these men is going to change them irrevocably.
Indeed, it will.
Both men tonight have shown why they have that belt. Both men showing why they were Level Up champions and are Level Up champions.
I couldn't have said that any better myself. And look, J2 Mattioli's still climbing. Somehow he is still climbing. He's still pushing himself.
J2 barely hanging on. Can Cameron finish him off?
He's smashing his
Cameron
head.
reaching for the belt.
Oh! Playmaker Larry for the top! Oh my God!
And J2 Mattioli is inches away.
Reach!
Can he do it?
Just reach for it, champ! Get up there!
It's the furthest climb, the furthest fall, and the quickest ascension you will ever make. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2-time Level Up champion, the Playmaker, J2 Mattioli.
What an incredible display we have seen here tonight at Drop It Like It's Hot. J2 Mattioli is your new Level Up champion. You talk about incredible performances. You talk about digging deep. J2 Mattioli, injured arm and all, dug deep and managed to become the 2-time Level Up champion. I'm just in shock from what we have seen here tonight, gentlemen.
Roman, what a match. I'm proud of both men, but especially the heart of J2 Mattioli to reclaim that belt once more.
This is a new chapter in the era of the Playmaker, reclaiming that title once lost. And with this said, I mean, let's not forget who's challenging at Raise Up next month. There's going to be Casey Douglas calling his shot for the Level Up Pro Wrestling Championship.
Certainly is. We'll have to wait and see what happens, be it on Level Up Showcase or elsewhere. But tonight, it is all about J2 Mattioli,
the Playmaker,
your new Level Up champion. And you see now, the man you just mentioned, Casey Douglas. You see the mom, Michael Hopkins. They're here to support their brother.
8-bit lit, strong in the ring. The Enterprise bankrupt. You love to see it.
him the devil is due. Cameron August, a fine performance, an incredible showing. You know, he proved why he held the Level Up Championship. But ultimately, it was J2 Mattioli who wanted it more, who dug deep. And gentlemen, I'll say it, I'm proud to call him our Level Up champion.
Now, does he have to defend the baby too?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Drop It Like It's Hot live here in La Mesa, California. Thank you for continuing to support Level Up Pro Wrestling. For Sweet Mary Sweeney over here, for Joey Hustle, I am Roman De La Cruz. Thank you and good night. I don't know where Sweet Mary Sweeney came from, but I like it.